An estimated 80% of packaged foods now contain GMO ingredients, and the number seems to be growing. GMO stands for Genetically Modified Organism. Genetic modification is the process by which DNA or genes from one crop or organism is inserted into another organism to achieve desirable traits in the modified crop. Crops and therefore food products are genetically modified to enhance flavor, texture, color, or anything that sells the product by making it more appealing or to grow a crop in abundance. Corn is the crop most genetically modified in the U.S., and it can be found in many packaged foods. Labeling of genetically modified foods is only voluntary. GMOs should be prohibited because of their human health and environmental risks.
Do you know anything about GMOs?
Yes.
What is your stance?
I think that GMOs are okay, but they shouldn't be used, and if they are used, then they should be labeled.
Okay. Do you pay attention to genetically modified food?
I usually do.
Okay. Do you know the health risks?
Yes.
You know what a GMO is?
A genetically modified object.
Organism, alright.
Whatever.
Alright. Do your parents try and stay away from GMOs at the grocery store, or do you not know?
I'm pretty sure they don't know what a GMO is.
Okay, that's a solid answer. Are you for or against GMOs personally?
I'm against it because I care about myself.
Okay. When you're in the lunch line, do you try and stay away from GMOs yourself?
I don't really think about it that much.
Alright, Logan and Connor, do you guys know what a GMO is?
Yes, a genetically modified organism.
Yes.
Okay. Do you know if your parents tend to stay away from them at the grocery store and stuff?
I do not believe that they do.
Me too.
Okay. Are you guys personally for or against GMOs?
4, because I don't really care.
I am for them because research has shown that there is no significant difference between non-GMOs and GMOs.
Okay. Do you guys try and stay away from GMOs in the lunch line or no?
No, I just buy whatever's good.
Okay.
No, I do not.
Okay. Thank you for your time.
Do you know anything about GMOs?
Yes, I do. And I totally support it. They don't bother me at all. I don't see anything wrong with genetically modified food products. I haven't seen any evidence that it harms us at all. And I think it increase our food supply that we have, especially in developing countries.
What is your stance?
Well, just that, I totally support it. I don't see anything wrong with it.
Okay. Do you pay attention to genetically modified food?
Do I notice it on the packaging? Yeah, but it doesn't stop me from buying it.
Okay. Do you know the health risks?
No, I haven't heard any health risks. I mean, maybe there are, but I don't know of any.
Okay. Thank you. Do you know anything about GMOs?
Yeah, I know that they've been around for a while and they're making a bigger and bigger impact on society at this point.
What is your stance?
I'm not really for it that much. I prefer farm-grown produce.
Do you pay attention to genetically modified food?
I try to avoid it if at all possible.
Do you know the health risks?
I know that there's a lot of unknowns because they haven't been around long enough, and because you continually modify and change, they really can't get a baseline data.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Do you know anything about GMOs?
I know a little bit about GMOs because I'm a science teacher, I think maybe, and it's just an interest. So,
What is your stance on GMOs?
I'm kind of in the middle as far as stance. I think that there's a possibility of those being very beneficial, but I'm concerned about them having long-term effects because they get out into the environment easily and can affect what's there. And there's not natural controls that have been there forever. So I'm concerned that we may go too far and cause a problem we can't even think of.
Okay. Do you pay attention to genetically modified food?
I actually try to avoid it just because I'm not sure about it.
Okay. Do you know the health risks?
I'm not sure if they actually determine the health risks exactly. You guys may know more about it because you've been researching more than I have. So because I'm not comfortable with them, I try to avoid them.
Okay, thank you. Sure. Do you know anything about GMOs?
Yes, I know that they are created from maybe mixture of plants or changing the genetics of a plant.
What is your stance?
I believe that there are goods and bads to GMOs. I know that there are some aspects of GMOs that we need to consider, such as changing some plants so that they are able to survive in drought conditions as our environment changes, but not to the point that maybe that they create more allergies or issues for people. I mean, I think that there still needs to be some long-term consideration of what their effects are.
Okay. Do you pay attention to genetically modified food?
I would say sometimes, but it's not a reason why I would or wouldn't buy something.
Do you know the health risks?
Again, I think a lot of it has to do with allergies and maybe aspects of maybe steroids or aspects of how they're affecting the body. But again, I think that there's many factors in that. So, I guess I sit on the fence a little bit as far as do I really truly believe that that's only from a GMO?
Thank you.
Allergens are hard to link directly back to their source when consumed through a GMO product. For example, if an animal is fed a GMO crop and the meat of an animal is fed to a human, an allergic reaction can occur. Even so, one could experience an allergic reaction simply from the crossbreeding process that is genetically engineered. The Arctic apple is a GMO apple that does not brown or bruise at the same rate or under the same circumstances as regular conventionally grown apples. Conventional and organic apples will typically brown immediately after being cut all the way, to a mere several hours after being sliced open.
Superweeds occur when GMO plants are designed to be resistant to herbicides and cause a resistance in these new weeds. Growing plants in an environment in which they are not typically exposed to could be harmful to the environment and damage to the crops. Pollen can carry from GMO crops to non-GMO crops. GMO crops can return in following seasons, even if they begin growing non-GMO crops.
GMOs place many dangers in the face of human and environmental health. Therefore, it is crucial that genetically modified organisms be prohibited and those that still remain be labeled. Do your part as the consumer and check labels, speak out, and support legislation against GMOs.
The mandatory labeling and the prohibition of cultivation of genetically modified organisms in America Act of 2017 states that the main purpose of the act is to prohibit the cultivation of genetically modified organisms and to make labeling of genetically modified organisms mandatory. The creators of this bill found it important to speak out against GMOs before the genetically modified age progresses and the effects further progress.